outside fighting for our rights, making sure these women are safe to make their own decision. They cannot stop us, and they will never end this revolution.
No sex with men until Roe v. Wade is protected.
You know, I have a brother who's a super right-wing extremist.
That child has a right to live. I'm not going to go out and live a life and I'm going to screw him and her and whatever and get 5 abortions.
Single person living here.
We've been waiting! Let's just go to war! Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, who are we talking to?
Right here, camera, Karim Jovian. It's on TikTok, and just tell me what your thoughts.
Wait, Jovian.
You want to talk to men about this issue?
Jovian.
Honestly, I've been trying to talk to anybody.
I would talk to women if I were you.
I did,
This
but
guy's an idiot.
No, I have honest opinions about the current Russian-American dispute.
It's really upsetting. It's like, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Is it okay
like,
if I can?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's fine. I'm not.
Okay.
But they said like could never happen and all this shit.
I know.
And it's like, here we are fighting for the same we've been fighting for like ever.
Yeah.
And it's like I've been protesting this for as long as I've like been alive on this planet, and here we are like overturning the rights to women.
I know, it's really upsetting, and I really appreciate your strength to talk to us today.
Yeah,
a lot of people are turning us down, which is surprising.
It is surprising,
you know,
but
you are a powerful woman, and I want to just let you know that. And
well,
hopefully
thanks.
more people see this video.
I mean, I think like it's really
you
important.
inspire more people, hopefully.
Well, I mean, I think it's really important that people come out and make their voice heard, even though 80% of Americans or whatever are pro-choice, and we have this. We should just dissolve the courts. So
We've been seeing this growing movement, so it's important to speak now if you haven't spoke before, and if you've already spoke before, keep speaking up, you know?
Well, I think that abortion is very important. I should have a right to my own body, and I think that's fairly obvious. I also think that the people around me want to control it, and that makes me feel very unsafe, especially in a public school, you know.
Like this has pulled us back. How do you feel about that?
I think that we will be able to go back to...
Okay, that's good. So how do you feel about what's going on?
Ridiculous. You know, I have family, sisters, a mom.
Do you think we're going to be able to go back to normal?
This country was never normal. Anything that's normalized is just something that people got used to.
Yeah. Like, what can we do as a people to change something that kind of pulled us back many years right now?
Gotta do what we're doing right now, be out here in the streets, going to these websites, seeing what that's about, and trying to like do everything you can to change things.
What message would you have for anyone out there, for people who are for or against this?
Try to think logically and do your best to fight for what you believe in, even if the majority might think it's wrong.
It fucking sucks, actually. To me right now, there's actually kind of two schools of thought. There's like, let's get the legislation back, and then there's also all of that, let's just get the pills to the people who need them, and let's not worry about that. So I really feel, I don't like to have a divided movement, but I do feel like we have a little bit of a divided movement, and I think it's okay, because I think we need both.
True.
For real.
Yes.
I am much more interested right now in supporting these young people who, I mean, I'm 51. I've been doing this since I was 18. I'm turning into one of those old ladies who you know, I used to see them, and I can't believe I'm still doing this, and now that's me. Here, this is my message. Trans rights, abortion rights, gay marriage, everything. It's all the same thing. It's all about bodily autonomy.
Hi, how are you? I know it's a really tough day today, and I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts are and what's going through your mind right now.
I just don't understand. I work professionally with internationals, and I work all over the world. And I don't understand. This is the country everybody wants to come to and be involved with and all that. And I just don't understand. And it just seems like a big domino is going to happen. And I don't know what we can do. No matter which side of this you're on, you have to understand that it's a medical decision. And it's a medical decision for a number of different reasons. And so even if you don't want it for yourself, the choice has to be a choice for everybody to make their own choice. And so even if you aren't one of those people that would choose to do this, allow other people to protect their own rights.
Hi, I know it's a really hard day today, but we just wanted to know what's going through your mind and just any words of encouragement for people who are, you know, having a hard time with this.
Thank you. You know, I felt really compelled to be here, and I brought my husband because, you know, women are 52% of the worldwide population. You know, it's pretty hard to have a society without women, and I'm part of the LGBT community, and I figure we're next. And so I want to support, the strong women in my life and the strong women around the world, because we might need the support later. I'm just glad that we live in New York, because New York is a very liberal place.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my name is CJ Hernandez. I'm from Pelham Bay, the Bronx.
And what's going through your mind right now? With everything?
Right now, I just heard about everything that happened this morning, and my mom and I were just so shocked. We were like, no, just no, this can't. Yeah, it's unfreaking believable. I couldn't deal with it myself. I was just like, I had to do something for once, and I've never been able to go to a protest. This is my first protest, FYI, my very first. I had to, this had to happen. Like, this isn't right. We got to do something.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Autumn. I live in Bed-Stuy, New York.
And your sign attracted us, so we wanted to ask your thoughts on what's going on.
So I just don't believe that men should have the right to decide what I do with my body. I believe that abortion has saved more lives than it's ended, especially because most abortions are done within the first trimester when the baby doesn't even have a heartbeat. Honestly, the decision today is a backward step. We need to provide more accessible health care to women, because not enough women, especially women in the LGBTQ+ community or people of color, have access to actual affordable health care. So there is no choice. Yeah. There's no choice but to do this sometimes. And also, a lot of abortions are done because of mistakes or people doing things to women that we didn't ask for or that we didn't want. If we don't have access to safe abortions, we will have abortions still, just a lot more women will die. People who are protesting against women aborting have probably had women abort to protect themselves. So why are you telling me that I can't abort something that I can't provide for? Right? It's scary. It's scary as a woman to be alive right now. It really is. No sex with men until Roe v. Wade is protected.
Where are you from?
I'm Dia. I'm from New York City.
I'm Mishi. I've lived in New York for 5 years.
What do you guys think about what's going on?
Yeah, we were just talking about it down on the street and how it gave me chills when you actually said it out loud that it was overturned. People need access to abortion. It's healthcare. It's everything.
There are types of pregnancies that just aren't viable, that could harm the person who is pregnant if they carry to term, which is just awful. And the story I was telling that we were talking about was chills. I had a migraine last night and I fell asleep. I woke up this morning, the first thing I saw was Roe versus Wade was overturned. And it was like waking up in a nightmare. Because I fell asleep crying. This means other things might get overturned. It's terrifying.
Yes.
I come from an immigrant family and I'm queer. I'm non-binary. I have a uterus. So it feels like, the beginning of a war on people like me, people close to me, people I love. And even people that don't agree with me, this still impacts them and it's still terrifying. And it's really upsetting.
What do you think this means for America?
I think it's going to become a really hard place to be in.
Yeah.
For the next decade even.
Roe v. Wade was overturned. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, when I first heard about it, I was really discouraged. I just graduated from a master's in public health program, topic near and dear to my heart and something I've been learning about, trying to work on for a long time. I mean, we live in America. We have one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, especially compared to high-income countries. It's disgusting based on where we live. This is a huge setback, but I think it's so important to know, whether you're in the field, whether you are not in the field, whether you're someone who cares about this, whether you're someone who is fighting at the dinner table about this, that it's important and your work matters and your words matter, and we need to keep fighting together, because this isn't the end and this isn't the beginning. This is part of a long journey to improve healthcare for Americans and for our women.
What do you think this means for America now that we took that step back?
It means it's time to fight harder. It means it's time to go and knock on doors in the fall and to change the way that people think about voting and to change the House and change the Congress. So many people who are anti-abortion say, well, you can have contraception, but they're going to attack that next. This is just the beginning for both sides. And honestly, I don't think that this is going to calm down. I think that people need to get fired up in order to make change. And I do think that we need people on the ground and knocking on doors and talking to family members and talking to friends about why this matters, even if it's super uncomfortable for them. I mean, I have a brother who's a super right-wing extremist, and I have to sit to him bragging in my face all day, and I have to explain to him who is being affected. And it's not us living in New York, privileged people at master's program. It's people who don't have money, people in these southern, middle American states who won't have access to anything that we do here.
It hit really hard, and I think knowing how hard my grandmother and my mom fought, like this is my grandmother's wedding ring around my neck right now, the diamond, to give me the rights that I've had to be able to move to New York City and start my own business, and none of that would have been possible if birth control and abortion didn't exist. So I'm out here today to hopefully try to restore those rights for my own daughter. I think it has forced a very far-right religious agenda on us, and America is a place of religious freedom, and I will fight for other people's religious freedom. I believe in it. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Please believe the Bible. That's great. Don't force your beliefs on me. I think, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we have a representational democracy right now because the majority of Americans do believe in some type of abortion. So the fact that it has gone so far backwards and that you can literally get and be forced to carry your child or get, prosecuted and thrown in jail, it breaks my heart for those women.
Do you think this will be able to change, or this is something that we're probably going to be stuck with for a while?
Unfortunately, think this is more of a cathartic moment for all of us to go and be around like-minded people. I don't know how we're going to change unless we appoint more justices to the Supreme Court. Otherwise, it looks like it could be impossible, and we might be stuck with this for decades. So I think we have to get really good at protecting our states' rights, especially in blue states, and figuring out how to get those women that don't have access to an abortion to have a safe one. That's the most important thing. This mandate, this law will kill people. You will kill women. There are many types of pregnancies that have to be ended in abortion, or else the baby and the mom will die. You will kill people. If you say you are pro-life, protect the mothers.
My name's Haley, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
And what are your thoughts on what's happening today?
I'm very sad. I'm on my way to Washington Square Park right now for the rally. I'm heartbroken, devastated, scared. I'm very disappointed in America. I can't see things going well.
And we want to hear your thoughts on what's going on.
Thank you. Well, this is how I feel. My vision, okay? As a woman, I feel if you are in poor health, if the baby's in jeopardy, then okay. But for full term, to kill a baby, a life, and I don't know if it's true or not, so I cannot say, but I've heard a lot of talk about Planned Parenthood selling baby parts. I'm definitely against them out here doing this, because I do feel if you're going to live a lifestyle where you're active, then you should be doing things to protect yourself so that you don't get pregnant. But there's so many of them that are out there, I'm going to go get an abortion now. The thing is, nothing's changed. It's just out of the Fed's hands into each state. What's the problem, I feel?
So what does this mean for America, in your opinion?
It's not going to change. These people, God bless them, it's America, we have a right to stand up. However, choose what you're doing. Get the facts and learn what's going on. It's not going to be like, okay, right now it's like this, and down the road they're going to tighten up and make... No! It was originally up to the states. Yeah. It should never have been in the Fed's hands. I support adoption. That child has a right to live. I'm not going to go out and live a life and I'm going to screw him and her and whatever and get 5 abortions. We should be mature enough as women to use precaution. If an accident happens, it's the wrong timing, then I'm for it. Because you shouldn't bring a baby into the world where it can't have a good life. I'm sad to see this. I'm proud of them, but then on the other hand, I'm sad to see it because they should realize that it's not the end of it. They can come from any state now and come to New York and get an abortion, but do I feel a taxpayer should pay for it? Should you and I pay for them to come here and get their abortion? No.
Or any statements you want to say?
I would say to the women out there, I love you, I am a woman, I love children. I do support the choice for the reasons that I've already given. I think any mature woman who has intellect is not going to go out there and sleep around and get pregnant and go get 5 abortions. By all means, if it does affect your health, for God's sake, yeah. And nobody's going to refuse that.
Yeah.
If you go to get an abortion. They're not going to refuse that. That's not like you're single and you're out there and 3 and 4 of them. Mm-hmm. An accident can happen. Yeah. And you do have that right. Everybody's life is different. Not everybody's blessed with a great life.
What if it's like maybe the beginning of women losing their rights more and more by this first decision?
Well, I don't believe that women will lose their rights. A lot of them are making more money than men. Remember when we weren't born, they couldn't smoke. Remember all that stuff? We've come a long way. Let's let go of 100 years ago. We're in the now. Women are better off than many men. We're not going to lose our rights. If I thought we were going to lose our rights, I'd be over there.
Thank you so much for your words.
You're very welcome, sweetheart.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Thank you.